I didn't know it was gonna be on tape.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't.
December 6th was the craziest, busiest day that I think I had in December because we had our half-day field trip, which we go to a high school. We do this thing, it's called Christmas at the Den, and basically these high school kids kind of take all of our kids around and do these Christmas activities with them and everything. And it's really cool because at the school that we go to, every high schooler gets one kindergartner, and then teachers, we get put like in this other, like a teacher break room, or we go somewhere, I don't know which room it is, but they feed us food, and it kind of sucked because I couldn't eat any of the food. That was the morning of my glucose test, so I actually made my eggs and everything before I went to school, and then I pretty much just kind of suck it up until it was time. While I was on the field trip, Rob was driving from Alabama because he had to meet me for my doctor's appointment as well, because there were a lot of stuff that we had to talk to with the doctors and the financial advisor and everything. So he was on his way down, and he also was picking up my furniture, which, as you can see, my furniture is all here in Alabama now. And so they loaded all his furniture up. He came to school and met me so that when we got back from the field trip, him and I could leave to go to my doctor's appointment. Did the glucose test. Everything checked out. I didn't have to do the second one. So happy about that. And then we went and had lunch at, I think it's like Stockyard or something. It was really delicious. I would totally go back again. I'll probably go back again without Rob because he's gonna be here. I'm gonna be there for the next 2 months. We went back to my parents' house. I had an ice cream cake for Rob because his birthday was on that Monday, December 2nd. So we did birthday cake.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Then Cindy came over because we had Myra's show in Montgomery that night. So Cindy came over, she drove with me, and we all went to Alabama. We all put together all my furniture with Josh. Then we all went to go see Myra perform.
Broke your heart like that. Tell me who made you mad. You got a lot to say, so I will be your ears. I wanna hear your story. I wanna hear your story. Was this a month ago? Love that you're feeling low. Why did it happen? Was you married? Didn't let it go? How long have you been lonely? How long have you been lonely? Because it's 4 a.m. and you calling me. No, you ain't got no business in these streets.
Birthday girl. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Doing this for the birthday girl. It's your birthday. Baby girl going to the mall. Yeah, she going to the ball. And knowing all her friends gon' ball. And they don't sit hating on them, cause they ain't gonna be worried about y'all. No, they come once a year, so let's not forget what we here for. Celebrate another year in the world. For the birthday girl. Cake, candles, and all these models. All off in the VIP.
The next day we had one of Rob's cousin's son's birthday parties, but we also had a Dirty Santa party we had to get back to in Georgia, so we went to that birthday party, went back home, drove to Georgia, did Dirty Santa party. Then the next weekend, I came back to Alabama because we had Rob's Christmas party, and I ended up taking off that whole entire Friday so that I could, because we just didn't know what the plan was going to be because it's all in Birmingham. So I got here Thursday evening, and then Friday we made it all work and got out there. That was a very fun night. I was exhausted by Saturday because we'd been out the whole night and walking and partying, and we stayed in this really nice hotel. It was like one of the Homewood Suites. So that's the second time I've ever stayed in a Homewood Suites. It was a really nice room, but it was very exhausting. Hello, friends of YouTube. So we are doing some decorating still, getting life together. Rob is hanging stuff. I kind of sort of attempted hanging things last night, but somebody didn't like my idea of how I was hanging things, so he took over. Here he is. He's hanging the bear. He's hanging the wolf. That has to come down and be moved because that's where the TV goes, and I forgot. And if you saw his YouTube, you would have seen the crib already. Not sure if I'm going to put that in here or not. I feel like it's more too jungly. It's not woodlandy. But that elephant's going up somewhere in this house. We'll just figure it out one day. And this is everything else. The following week, when I got back to school, we had Christmas dress-up days. Every day was something different. I kind of missed some pictures, but I think I have a picture of every outfit that I wore except for on Friday, my pajama day outfit, but not that significant. We had Christmas lunch one day. The day of our Christmas party, we had some kind of barbecue place. I can't remember exactly, so I'm not going to say the name because I could totally be wrong. But we had a barbecue place come cater to us, and we had baked potatoes, and you could have pork or chicken, which I think is pork, yeah, pork or chicken, side chicken and a baked potato. And then later on, we had our actual Christmas party where everybody was supposed to bring a dessert. And I don't eat a lot of sugar, so I just kind of got a few things and kept it moving. On that Friday, we had a half day at school, which was really exciting because we've never had a half day the day before Christmas break. So we had a half day, and so what that meant for me is I was able to just get to Alabama earlier than my typical times when I leave right after school. Like, I think the sun had just been going down by the time I made it, so it was great. I will say this break, I feel like we had a lot of loss happen that I heard about between school and friends that I know, and it's been a lot. One of the major losses, I think, for me in my personal life was that our PE coach passed away. So that was kind of something that was really unexpected, and it's going to be a transition, and it really was kind of a shock until you started really talking to people about it, and then it was becoming more real. But I know it's going to be even more real when we get back to school when he's not there anymore, and we're going to have to, that's going to be something that the kids are kind of going to be going through at the same time. So it's really hard if you've ever had to deal with grief with little kids. That's not the easiest thing. I honestly can say I've been teaching for 5 years, and every year that I've taught, we've had somebody pass away in the school, which, I mean, I guess it would kind of make sense, I guess, with just there's a lot of people, so like it commonly would happen. But like, I remember my first year that I taught, we had a little girl that had passed away. The story was really misconstrued, but basically she got shot in the head while her mom was doing her hair. And I served in that 3rd grade class as a Title I teacher, and those kids, like, it was really sad, but I think what made it harder was watching all those kids have to grasp that and understand it. Like, they cried all day. Those kids cried all day long, and it was just the saddest thing ever. So it's hard dealing with grief with little kids, but it's a part of the job. Christmas, my plan was we were gonna wake up, I was gonna make some yummy breakfast, we were gonna open presents and FaceTime my parents, because my parents got us a bunch of stuff and they were in Georgia, we were here. And then we were just gonna kind of just figure out the rest of the day. Well, we kind of sort of ate breakfast. It was more so like leftovers that we ate, because that's just how it ended up happening. But we woke up, you FaceTime my parents, opened gifts, then we ate leftovers, watched The Witcher, which is a really good show on Netflix. If you've not seen it, you should go see it. You gotta be patient with it though, because there's a lot of moving parts. And then we went to go see Star Wars. Wow, opening his Christmas present.
I didn't know it was gonna be on tape. Got me a backup hard drive, something I needed.
Technically, it's not in there.
What? There's something else in there?
Open the big one. You don't need to open that. Open the big one now.
Did you give me a laptop? You got me a laptop.
Kinda, sorta, kinda not.
Maybe kinda, sorta.
You'll see.
Looks like a laptop.
Kinda, sorta. Just keep opening.
Or is it just a laptop?
Just open it. Just open it.
I'm trying to open it. Everything's taped.
You're asking too many questions.
Because I'm curious, as always.
Well, yeah, that's what presents keep you curious. That's what they do.
I receive gifts terribly, as we both know. Oh, sweet. That I like. Look at that custom cover. That's perfect.
Turn it on.
Huh?
Turn it on. It should still have some juice in it. I think I shut it down.
Sweet. Already custom set.
You don't have to do anything. It's ready for you.
I like it.
On that Friday, Cindy came back with her guy that she's seeing, and we went to a place called BB King's. There's like 5 of them in the United States right now. The food was amazing. I think being that it was just really busy that night, the service was definitely slower. I would probably want to see what it would be like if it wasn't as crazy busy night, because there was an actual show that we bought tickets for. But the opening acts were great. The main act, couldn't really get into it. It was a lot of like baby making music sort of thing. But it was still, I had fun for the most part. We are about to go listen to some live music because Rob loves live music, and Myra told us to go check out this place called BB King's. And it happens to only be 10 minutes up the road, so we're gonna go try that out and see how we like it. I will just say we're running late because somebody's still getting dressed. Jack, the dog, cleaned up so that we could move him inside. He's been an outside dog, but once we had to put Lily down, or I didn't have to, Rob had to put Lily down because she had this big lump on her stomach that just kept growing back and it was cancerous. And every time you took her to the vet, like, she became really vicious and she didn't want anybody to touch it. So she was in pain. It was really affecting her way of life. So Rob had to put her down. In that, Jack has been kind of lonely outside by himself. So we got him cleaned up. We moved him inside. We have a crate for him so that when Rob goes to work, he can put him in the crate. When we go to bed, he goes in the crate. But the rest of the time, he's just out in the house. And typically, he'll hang out with either me or Rob in our bedrooms. And here we are today. Today is January 1st. It is the new year. Rob and I did not make it. Well, I can't speak for him. When we got home from dinner last night, I passed out. I was done I was out for the count. But it's our anniversary. I have to leave today because I have work tomorrow, so I'm really bummed about that. And I'll just have to see Rob. I'll see him at the baby shower on January 25th. And then I'll see him again when little Jace is born. And then I have to stay and recover for a couple weeks because we are supposed to be having a C-section. And after my recovery for a couple weeks, I'll be coming here for the rest of my leave until I go back to school in May. So now you're all caught up, and I hope you guys enjoy the beginning of your new year, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Mo signing off.
When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then